What we're looking at is an intensive study over the course of 6 weeks.
Each of you will be assigned a patient at Cape State Hospital, population 1,700. For those of you who have no prior experience in this hospital, be forewarned. This is not a field trip. This is not board and care for mild neurotics. This is textbook science. This is the home for true psychotics. Behind those gates is a fully operative community. They have their own fire department, they have their own police station, they even have their own zip code. Now, you will meet with your patient, and you will establish a standard relationship via interviews and communicative skills. You will document their past, and you will chart their current progress. And I'll warn you, some of these patients are more complex than others.
Now, if you fail to pass this course, you will never become a doctor.
That's why I've given you 6 weeks. Now, each of you has a packet which we've put together as a set of guidelines. Read them carefully. Inside are your personal keys and the selected names of your patients.
Don't wake.
Hey. Sorry. I thought you saw me.
No, I didn't see you.
My fault, really. I forgot to put my bells on today. I know that you don't really date guys around here. I mean, from what I hear, you don't really date anybody, but I can't help thinking that maybe you and I...
I'm really busy. I've got a really busy schedule, you know? And I actually have a place I need to be, and I'm late.
Okay, yeah.
Can I have my book?
Well, I don't know. Let's come to a kind of a... All right, I'll just see you later then.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
I want to know why we do this. Please. It's all you have to tell me. Because you make us watch the same goddamn show day in and day out, and we just sit here on our dumb, tired asses, scratching them all like apes, you know? Waiting for the goddamn apocalypse. Opie agrees with me, right? I mean, really, let's figure this out. Change the channel, okay? Please, let's try and figure this shit out. Change the fucking channel!
All right, Don Wake.
Yes.
Oh, he's in confinement right now. But I can give you a little bit of the overview here. Diagnosis, among other things, PTSD.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah. So Don Wake was brought in for the murder of...
Yeah, I have his file right here. I've been reading through it. Most of it.
And the when they found him, he was covered in blood, just sitting there, just still as a statue. Did you read that? Yeah. Case never really went to trial because lack of evidence, and due to the fact that he wouldn't say a word. Matter of fact, he still won't. You know, all of that is in the chart.
Yeah, How long is he going to be in confinement?
Oh, well, don't get nervous about it, dear. No. A nurse told him he was going to have a visitor today. He didn't take it very well. But he's soft as butter now. Don't you worry. Beth, could you set up the interview room for Don Webb?
Yep, it's all ready.
Oh, great. There you go.
Hello, Don. How are you this afternoon? Well, actually, it's morning, really, isn't it? It's almost noon, anyway. I was close. I'm gonna be coming in here from time to time to talk with you. And just kind of visit, chew the fat. Do you think that would be okay if I came in here and talked with you? I'm a medical student, which I'm sure you figured out. I mean, I figure you've probably seen, your share of us, right? It says here that you've been a guest at Cape State for quite some time now. If I'm going to be coming here, it would be nice if we could tell each other stuff. Do you think... I was looking through your file, and I noticed that we grew up in the same town. Does that strike you as odd at all, Don? Kept me up half the night. I've got a story for you. Well, more of a joke, really, but... Well, just listen. Okay, a family gathers at the table for dinner, and the mother says to the little boy, "Would you like to say grace?" So the little boy bows his head and says, "Dear God, thank you for the food, and goodbye, Grandma." Okay? So the next day, the grandma dies. Then that night, the mother says to the little boy, "Would you like to say grace?" So the little boy bows his head and says, "Dear God, thank you for the food, and goodbye, Daddy." Well, the next day, the wife realizes that it's getting late and that her husband isn't home yet. So she calls the office worried and asks him why he's still there. And he says he's had the worst day ever, that he's just been so afraid that something would happen that he hid in his office all day. The wife scoffs at him and says, "You think you've had a bad day? The mailman came by today and dropped dead on the front porch." Do you get it?
Has to be post-ictal. I pulled her chest x-ray right up and found that the whole thing was infiltrated. Mr. Glassing was slightly amused, to say the least. Well, time to sell my soul to Neuro.
Classic. More entertaining every time, huh, Doc? Can I call you Doc? I think Doc's kind of fun. Don't you think? Oh, I don't have to. That Dawn Wake's pretty impossible, huh? Well, I'm off to Wonderland.
This is something you can't take personally. I mean, each patient is different.
He won't even look at me. How am I supposed to keep from failing?